The majority of this chapter does a great job of just punching you right in the gut and knocking all the wind out of you, and then the last few pages and panels are like, holy fuck!
One Piece, chapter 478, Luffy versus Luffy.
Holy shit, boy. Woo! Well, hello, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, and I'm here to bring you another review on the excellently woven, expertly told, awesomely visually drawn and realized tale of One Piece. Our last chapter really was kind of a demoralizing one in the sense that we saw most of the Straw Hats, the majority of them, systematically getting taken down one after another after another. The chapter wound up ending, as a matter of fact, with Oars doing a Gum Gatling move, which effectively just knocked Sanji and Chopper the fuck out. Brook and Frankie and Robin are already down. The only ones left, of course, are Nami, Usopp, and Zoro. And that's how things left off, on a very down note. This chapter continues that sort of down note for about really the first two-thirds of it. And it really winds up starting out with... I should mention, too, a few chapters back, Zoro actually wound up doing his 108-pound Phoenix move. 3-sword style and everything else. And his new sword that he received from Ryuma from defeating him, it's heavier. It's a heavier sword, and it actually wound up making this huge mark into the building. Oars was able to just dodge it, but basically, even though it's a slower attack, it's more powerful, and it was something that he noted that he was just going to have to work on, you know, kind of powering up, because it is a great sword. He's just going to have to get used to it and see what its limitations are, and obviously work on some of the different moves he can use with it. Anyway, I don't know what made me remember that, but I actually think it was because at the beginning of this chapter, pretty much they're like, all hope is lost. Everybody's knocked out, and you know, and even Nami and Usopp both agree that they're like, the three of us can't take this fucking thing out, right? And Moria, you know. So anyway, so Zoro goes and he's like, all right, I'm gonna create an opening, Usopp. And Usopp's like, an opening for what? And then he's like, oh yeah, right. And I'm thinking, okay, the salt, you know. And Usopp's obviously a sharpshooter. Maybe he can fire that big ass bag of salt Brook brought him into Oar's mouth and take him out. It's the last hope, right? So anyway, so Oars goes and winds up, you know, he's just, oh, and of course they were working on his arm in the last one, trying to beat on his arm. And Zoro winds up going and doing this awesome move. I forget the name of it, something Raven, I think it is. And he basically goes and does this move where he like spins up and just fucking just like takes out. It reminded me of some shit that like Levi did to the female Titan in Attack on Titan. It's fresh in my mind because that episode was just a couple weeks ago for the English dub. But anyway, so he winds up doing this thing, you know, and damaging the arm and what have you. But winds up getting, you know, fucking nailed and knocked out in the interim. It does wind up giving an opening, though, for Usopp, and Usopp's able to go, hey, Oars! And he fires this big-ass bag of salt in his mouth. Then goes into his mouth, and Nami's like, what the hell was that? And he's like, it's salt. And Nami's like, what? And Usopp's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. You haven't been filled in. That's another great thing about Oda's writing, is that because he separates the characters at different times, there's certain ones that are apprised of the situation and know what's going on. There's others that are like, I have no idea. Think about it now. Nami has no idea about the salt releasing the shadows from the zombies. However, Nami wound up actually going and seeing that Kumo, one of the other 7 warlords, is actually on the island, you know, and wound up running into him herself. So it's neat to see what information people have, what they've shared, what nobody else knows, what some people know. Anyways, so Usopp kind of fills around that, and they're like, look, yeah, cool, the shadow's coming out of him, and it looks like you see the shadow going to creep out of Oar's mouth. Then all of a sudden, the shadow is no one other than Gecko Moria's shadow holding the bag of salt. So apparently, Robin's arms couldn't hold and manipulate his shadow, but he can hold and manipulate something that's real. That's obviously a bag of salt. And then he goes and he whips it in Usopp's face, and winds up, Oars winds up going and nailing him or stomping on him or doing something to that effect. And basically what winds up happening is you got Nami and Usopp, which are pretty much underfoot of this Oars, because he's just this huge giant that's probably like 100 feet tall. And Moria's like, finish them off, you know, even the ones that are unconscious, you know, keep stepping on them until they're just dead, right? And Moria's going for the throat, man. He does not want to just step on the dick, man. He just wants to fucking just kill you, right? So Oars starts dancing around, and I just picture this big dumb fuck, stomping, jumping up and down like a little fat child, right? And then all of a sudden we go and we get, and this was the best, man. This was the best. You just gotta show it. You just gotta show it, right? All of a sudden, right? Boom. Big hulked up, blue on the cover, Monkey D. Luffy, right? And he appears, he's all hulked up, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? You're stepping on nothing. And he's holding Usopp in his right hand, and Nami in his left hand, right? And he wound up obviously getting him out of there and pulling him out of there. So, you know, Moria is like, what the hell, who are you? You know, and he doesn't believe it's Luffy and everything else. So you look kind of like him, but do you have the power of transfer? Never mind, Oars just take him out, right? So Oars is going to come at him, and Oars is just like, oh! When he goes to do this punch, right? And this fucking punch is coming at him. And you think of his fist is the size of a house. So imagine a giant house, or like a train just flying at you, right? Flying at him, and all of a sudden Luffy's just like, and he just, stop. And he just backed the fuck up before you get smacked the fuck up, Oars. He doesn't say that, but that's what he's thinking in his head. You see what I'm saying? Oh my god, he just stops him right there. This huge, like, 10-story tall beast just stops him with his fucking fist. Then he goes and he's just like, there's only one Luffy, and it's me. And he just goes, boom, and jacks him up, right? Oh my god, look at this shit. And Oars just, big fat ass flying through the air, Humpty Dumpty potato looking motherfucker. He goes launching up into the fucking air, winds up landing, check this out, lands in a goddamn forest, I don't know, 100, 200 yards, 500 yards, quarter mile away. It's Oars. Oars got fucked up. He got knocked the fuck out. And it's great because he's still like rolling and he hits the ground. And I just love it, man. He's sitting there. He's laying here like this with his leg, you know, doubled up over with his head in the ground, his legs coming over so he can kiss his own ass or try to suck his own dick. And that's what Luffy did to him, right? One hit, one punch. Luffy and the 100 Shadows, man. Oh boy, Monkey D, 100 Shadow Luffy are gonna fuck some shit up. Anyway, that's how the chapter winds up ending off, and I mean, it was just awesome and explosive and just everything. And it wound up, I mean, at the perfect time, right? Usopp and Nami, the two kind of weakest, most human-type characters, the ones that represent, like, the everyday person, the person that can actually get shot and it hurts, they bleed, and they may actually die. Those ones on the crew that are not superhuman, they were the last to fall, which I thought was awesome because it kind of empowered them and made them out to be like the last one standing. And then right as they were about to get crushed underfoot by Oars, all of a sudden Luffy appears, man. It just, oh, just so, right when you're just feeling that feeling of despair down in your stomach and just in the pit of your stomach and your soul, right? And then all of a sudden, man, he just appears and he's like, boom, right? I'm gonna fuck some shit up. So anyway, my chapter question, and hopefully some of you can answer this for me. What, I don't know if it's ever explained or if maybe I missed something, but why is it that Gecko Moria, his shadow, can go and grab things, grab humans, grab bag of salt, whatever, right, and manipulate them, but when he switched places inside of Oars, how come Robin's arms could no longer manipulate the shadow and hold his shadow down? So I'm just trying to understand it, and you know, and usually little things like that don't bother me, but when it affects things in such an adverse way, which it did in here, if he wouldn't ever grab the bag of salt, I probably would have let it go and just forgot about it because I would have been like, all right, yeah, I think he did touch stuff with his shadow before, but whatever, right? But then after he goes and says, oh, you can't touch my shadow type of thing, then goes in like the very next chapter, he's like inside Oar's mouth and comes out with the bag of salt, clearly showing he can grab things, but people can't grab him. Let's get a little discussion going. If anybody can explain to me, though, what you think, or what maybe they've explained and I've missed, what the whole rules and laws are on that, on the Shadow and Gecko Morias, I would appreciate it if you could leave that in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you should think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We'll look forward to catching all of you in the next one, Nation.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to follow me on Facebook and Twitter for more.